Creativity-inspired devices have now merged with daily drivers, gaming laptops, and why not even mobile workstations. And the Vivobook Pro 14X OLED is the real-life epitome of what we just said. This laptop looks like a sleek luxury device made for flexing at Starbucks, but bears so much raw power, you'll be left amazed. But more on that a bit later. Let's talk about the construction. This device is made entirely out of aluminum, and the build quality is really good despite the reasonable price point. It weighs under 1.5 kilos, and the body is thinner than 18 millimeters. One of the highlights here is the fingerprint reader, and we're also happy to see the camera shield and the keyboard backlight, but all of the bells and whistles should be for the dial pad. No, it won't be used to call your grandma, but it will bring a great productivity boost for your creative work. It has built-in support for the Adobe Creative Cloud products, so you can control your tools with ease, but it can also be used for many more functions, which can be set in the Pro Art application. Despite its small size, the Vivobook Pro 14X not only comes with a USB Type-C 3.2 Gen 1, but also has 3 of the bigger USB Type-A's. It's also equipped with an HDMI 1.4, audio jack, and a micro SD card reader. In order to make the Vivobook Pro 14X as thin as possible, ASUS has soldered the memory to the motherboard, meaning that you'll have to be careful when choosing the amount of RAM of your configuration. We recommend getting it with 16 GB of RAM for content creation, but if you want to be future-proofed, you can choose an option with 32 GB. The storage can be upgraded through an 80mm M.2 slot. Of course, we can't talk about this laptop and not mention its display. OLED technology has come a long way, and we are really happy to see it in the Vivobook Pro 14X. See, what's great about it is that it offers true blacks, as each individual pixel turns off when needed to display black color. This results in a practically infinite contrast ratio. Additionally, the viewing angles are great, and we were impressed by the full sRGB and DCI-P3 coverage of the panel. In other words, it can display all the colors needed for professional work with photos and videos. Or you could just admire them if you're not a pro. Also, you get blazingly quick pixel response times besides the 90 Hz refresh rate. Yep, the image looks smooth. Battery life is very good given the high-res display and its fast refresh rate. We got 10 hours of web browsing or 8 hours of video playback. You can combine the Ryzen 9 5900HX with a 50-watt RTX 3050 Ti. That's a lot of power for such a small guy. If you choose the Intel variant, you could get up to an i7 11370H. Our laptop has the RTX 3050 with 50 watts of TGP, and it performs pretty well. Shadow of the Tomb Raider runs with 60 FPS at 1080p and high settings. Yep, this Vivobook has the power and efficiency to eat AAA games for breakfast, if you don't insist on playing them at 4K resolution or ultra details. Of course, gaming is not the main purpose of this laptop. Creating content requires not only a good graphics card, but more often than not, a very capable processor. And we are happy to see that the Ryzen 9 5900HX can maintain its base clock without a problem, thanks to the dual-fan iSchool Plus cooling system. Believe it or not, this Vivobook Pro 14X is capable of battling with a lot more expensive laptops, and not just by its looks. Its main weapon is the fantastic 90 Hz 2.8K OLED display, and the not only interesting, but also useful dial pad, which will help you run your projects faster once you get used to it. However, all that would have been useless if you don't have the performance to back it up. And boy, does this laptop have it.